Hello everyone, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning, well not returning, rather today is a first impressions video. This is literally the first time I'm going to be starting up and playing a brand new game, which is currently in early access, and giving it a go. Now, those of you who've been with my channel for a while, you'll have remembered the game that this is the sequel to, and I did cover that game ever so briefly. The game I'm talking about is Verdun, which came out a couple of years ago. I played it a little bit when it was early access. I also used it for a few other videos. It's a first-person shooter that takes place during World War I. Well, the game that is out now in early access on Steam and is the sequel to Verdun is the game called Tannenberg. For those of you who are not so historically minded as myself, you would be interested to find out that Tannenberg was a historical, decisive victory for Germany over the imperial forces of Russia in an invasion of Eastern Prussia during 1914. In essence, the Russians launched several ill-prepared armies across the border into Germany in an effort to pull German attention away from the French, who the Germans were driving on Paris against. And to some extent, it succeeded. The Germans pulled several corps from the Western Front, although they never ended up reaching the Battle of Tannenberg before it had already been won. Now, this game is a first-person shooter. It appears in looks and appearances from the trailer I watched to be very similar to Verdun, but basically taking the Verdun gameplay out of the trenches of the Western Front and bringing it to the Eastern Front, which was very different during World War I. So naturally, bolt-action weapons, World War I weapons. You can see here the game does have a quite interesting assortment of bolt-action rifles. You've got the Mosin Nagant, which of course is the Russian weapon. There's a couple of variants of it in the game between the carbine, the standard, and the dragoon. You've also got the Winchester M1915, which I think is some kind of semi-automatic something. I'm not really sure what it is. I haven't played with it yet. You've got the Mannlicher M95, the Mannlicher Stutzen, whatever that stands for, and the Arisaka Type 30. I'm interested about the Arisaka because that was a Japanese bolt-action rifle. Both of these Mannlichers and Sturmmannlichers are Austrian weapons, I believe. Austrian machine guns, looks like a Japanese sword, some further variants of the Mannlicher, some various pistols, the Nagant pistol, the Steyr, which is the Austrian gun, and I believe here it is, the Gewehr 98, the Carbiner 1888, and some various German weapons. So clearly, World War I on the Eastern Front, you've got Russian weapons, you've got Austrian weapons. I'm curious if they will end up adding Serbian or Bulgarian or Romanian forces. I don't know enough about them. I assume the Serbians used the Mosin Nagant, but I'm not sure about the Bulgarians and the Romanians. With that being said, Verdun was originally a game that really kind of awarded squad play, so we'll see if Tannenberg is similar to that. This video really won't delve into that too much. Again, this is really much more of just sort of my first impressions of this game, because I haven't even played it yet. You can see here, no battles fought, no time played, just need to get in and fight a battle. Now, the game has 3 gameplays. Apparently up front, it's got a maneuver with flanking tactics, a rifle deathmatch, which is a free-for-all, and attrition. So we're going to go ahead and go with maneuver, which is kind of the standard gameplay. You can see here there appear to be, well, it looks like 4 different battlefields at the moment. There's East Prussia, which is going to be similar to Tannenberg. There is, I think, Russian Poland. I can't really see here. There's Galicia. And there is the Carpathians. Let's go ahead and fight in Galicia, because I believe that will allow us to fight as the Austrians. I fought as the Germans in Verdun. I've never played as the Austrians, or the Russians for that matter, so both sides will be new to me in terms of their weapons. Galicia was a historical front that the Russians and Austrians fought along the you can see here it gives you a little bit of an overview here. While taking the initiative during the opening stages with several successive pushes north, the Austro-Hungarians quickly found themselves driven out of eastern Galicia. The front collapsed and moved interrupted. Oh, well, I can't see anymore. Maneuver, capture enemy sectors. So click on a sector for us to spawn in. Okay, that's awfully loud. Let's go ahead and adjust this. Alright, that should be a little bit better. So we've got multiple sectors we can spawn on. I don't know what any of them mean. There's a howitzer section, which I assume is more artillery focused. Maybe we can go ahead and click on that. Okay. I don't know if I can actually fire the howitzer. You weren't able to fire the howitzers in the previous version of the game. It doesn't look like I'm able to fire them here either. I've got orders here clearly from my officer to attack here. You can see I'm a Russian soldier. I've got my Mosin Nagant as well. I think. I assume he's on my side. It looks like his name is Mikhail, so I'm assuming, or Mikhail, or whatever. So I'm assuming he's on my side. Now, the interesting thing, I think, with this game is it's going to be much more open. Again, I mentioned the Western Front trenches. Oh, shoot. He's on my side. Just shot a whole bunch of rounds against Russians. But the interesting thing is when you think about the Western Front, you think about trenches, you think about gas warfare, you know, really primitive sort of slogfest type engagements. That wasn't really the case of the Eastern Front. There certainly were trenches in places, but it wasn't the same sort of, again, non-maneuvering slog. So it'll be interesting to see how this game plays differently now that it is changing theaters and fronts. It's more than just new maps and new weapons and new countries. It's also a completely different kind of game, really. And I just killed someone. They should duck, though. Alright, so you can see here they are coming across kind of an open area. Kind of similar to a trench line, if you will. You can see here we're all kind of staying out here. Ah, I got another one! One thing I do like about this game is it does give a sense of distance to your opponents. They're not always right on top of you running around in circles. And yet it's not quite so crazy and out there as Battlefield is in terms of just not being a very realistic game. Am I shooting at a tree stump? I can't really tell. Yeah, I think that's a tree stump. Alright, let's go ahead and reload this. You can see here you use your little stripper clip, just as you would with a real weapon. I think that's the stump. Just kind of waiting to see if there's an enemy target. There's some movement down here, but I'm not very quick. You can see our troops are kind of pushing out that way. I am kind of camping a little bit. They've neutralized some trenches. So this does kind of work similar to Battlefield in some sense, in that there is sort of an ebb and flow to maps that you need to be kind of aware of. And they kind of, again, you push forward toward objectives, you get pushed back away from objectives. That's, again, assuming that this works similar to how Verdun worked. Oh, I just got hit. Back up. Back up. See there, I took out a couple of guys. My place got peppered in fire and I got wounded. It looks like I've recovered, so there is a little bit of magical healing that does occur as well. Ah! There were a bunch of bad guys over there and I was kind of taking my time and got scoped out. So overall, the gameplay does feel similar so far anyway to Verdun, but it does, again, it does feel a little bit more open. Maybe I should try and move on a different spot in the map. I can always charge forward on the enemy. That typically never works well for me. I'm not very good at this game, but I wasn't very good at Verdun, rather. Good lord. Nearly died there. See, they still kind of have my position pinned a bit. Ah, they found me! There are different guns and squads and things like that. Not sure, let's see here. Go into my squad. At least I assume there is. There's my Mosin Nagant. There are different kinds of... at least there used to be different kinds, I'm assuming. So it can change to, like, different kinds of troops. I'm assuming the Russians are all going to kind of have the same thing. Inventory. It looks like right now we just have the Mosin. Now, there's an officer. Like, I could become an officer, and then I'd have a pistol. At least in the last version, you could call an artillery. A grenadier presumably has some level of grenades. I don't know if there's any sort of... You know, there's a progression system, which I don't know if it's active yet. I'm level 1, so this kind of a first look is kind of hard to really evaluate how deep the multiplayer goes. But it certainly looks and feels like Verdun with, you know, just a very different setting, which I imagine will give you a very different type of gameplay. Ah, I'm duck. Shoot him. Oh, I'm missing. Conrad Hoar. Yeah. I will say, as far as the channel is concerned, first look videos are hard in multiplayer FPSs just because things are happening so quickly. It's kind of hard to stop and think about what's going on. This map, I don't remember the map sectors though in Verdun. So you've kind of got the torn away battle strewn field, if you will. Just got him. Get away. With sort of the torn up forest, you know, there's splintered trees everywhere, but it's not quite the no man's land of France. There are some trenches though. You can see here we're moving through one right now. So yeah, that's interesting. See a shadow up there. I think I'm in a bad guy trench. Kind of trying to see if there's anyone I can sneak up on. I am in this trench network. Curious what the other maps look like too. Moving slowly, hopefully to avoid detection. He's dead. I got him! Oh, he went past me. Got him! You too? Oh no. I'm back. Ah! Reload! Wait! Bayonet! No! Ah! You charge! Oh. Well, I got him with old traditions. I got him with a knife once. Not a knife, a sword. Alright, so there you go. You can get in close quarters in the trenches and switch to melee weapons, if you will. Got a couple of them. I'm doing decent. I've got 10 kills, 4 deaths. That's, I don't know, it's good for me. And yeah, standing on top of that hill, firing away, blazing away with my Mosin is a good tactic. Kills do matter. Again, possession of the map is what really matters in this type of a game. So again, you're using tactics to try and conquer the map. You can see here, they seem to have improved on the map design where it's kind of more clear of who possesses what, in my view. Now, Verdun was interesting because it started out as sort of an early access type game on Steam. Initially, it was free when I was playing it way back when. Then it released on Steam and later ended up even on Xbox and PlayStation, which I thought was kind of interesting. The controls I don't think work as well. I don't know if he's a bad guy. No, he's a good guy. I think he's a good guy. The controls don't work as well, in my opinion, on the consoles as they do on the keyboard. It's much easier to, you know, aim and shoot and whatnot. I think the game is much more well set up, if you will, for a PC game. I think I've got one more bullet. Yeah, I've got to reload one at a time. That's the other thing, is it does a reasonably good job of making weapons feel authentic. So if you run out of ammo completely, obviously you can just put a stripper clip in there, and then you can reload all 5 rounds at once. If you try and reload mid-clip, you've got to reload 1 bullet at a time. Got him! One thing I haven't noticed the game do, however, is like have any kind of drop. Bullet drop at range, so that is, I guess, something to be aware of. Again, it's an FPS, it's not real per se, but it definitely does a better job than most, I think, at sort of communicating that. Okay. Yep, so much ammo, I've never seen anyone use all of it. Ooh, getting hit. Don't know where I'm getting hit from, but I know I'm getting hit. You can see the screen kind of getting darker as I take fire. Yeah! They run up over the hillside, exposed, and I get 2 of them. Oh no, I'm hit! Hide behind the tree! Load! Where is he? God damn it. Ah! No! Oh, that tree was safe. Oh, that other guy behind me got killed real fast. Ugh. Alright. So yeah, this game right now kind of feels, because of the way I'm playing, it feels much less tactical. I'm just kind of like getting to a spot and kind of... Whoa. God damn it, I can't aim for shit! Alright. Well, as soon as this battle ends in 3 minutes and 40 seconds, I will kind of give my initial evaluation, and we'll kind of see... I don't know, I'll just kind of share my initial evaluation. This is a very different kind of game. I'm not kind of as removed from the experience and thought out about what I'm playing. Really, it's just, hey, let's turn this game on and see how it plays. Oh my god, it just spawned like a whole enemy squad around me. Did a decent job getting him, though. 20 kills, 8 deaths. This is pretty good for me. This game just came out, what, 2 days ago, I believe, on Steam. Again, it is still in early access, so they're still going to be adding features and whatnot to the game as time goes on. Additionally, the community is pretty large right now. It looks like I can press use. Is E use? Oh, nice. You can pick up a machine gun. If there's any bad guys that are coming that I can, suppress. Looks like they're probably off to our right. I can't aim that way. So, as usual, I'll fire it anyway. Yeah! Okay, let's get off the gun. Does look to be, again, I don't know. All the machine guns seem to be like Vickers at the time, weren't they? Okay, 2 minutes and 8 seconds remaining. The other side is -7. We're at 0, it looks like, in terms of score. But I also don't know what the 1230 and the 142 mean either. Wait, those are good guys. Those are good guys, too. Comrades! Wait, oh wait, no, not comrades. No, 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 no. Fellow servants of the Tsar. Ooh, I can call in artillery. I've ordered artillery. We're not going to see it, but... Oh, shit. Oh! I killed 3 people with artillery. Nice! 4 people with artillery. Very nice. Called it in kind of on their back trench network, so presumably that would be effective. Let's see here. We've got... It looks like we're attacking to these forced trenches here, based on the orders. Now, the squad combat is important in Verdun, or at least it was important in Verdun. And, let's see if we got one of them. Victory, and I have been promoted. 1. The enemy points are drained. You killed Ek. Finished with 26 kills and 9 deaths. So you do get rewarded for playing with the same people. You kind of form squads or whatnot if you play with people more, and you get sort of perks and level up and get more experience. Most effective squads. We were in the... Jeez, there's a lot of information that all comes through here. Doesn't look like I was in anything, except for our squad was the second most efficient. Okay, so we win. Central Powers didn't do very well. I think it's probably gonna... Well, it looks like everybody's disconnecting from the battle. So, we'll go ahead and do that. If I can even do that. Oh, yeah, it's pulling me out. Oh, okay. So, no, it's giving me actually a new map. I wish it kind of stayed on here longer, though, because it gives you a nice little explanation of what this map is about. So the next map that we're going into is Russian Poland, which was kind of a natural salient between the Central Powers and the Russians. And it kind of gives you a little bit of that history, if you will. But I don't really catch any of that because I'm not a super fast reader, and, you know, I lose that before I end up on the map. You can see here, obviously, a very different map. Somewhat open, but there is a little bit of urban environment past. I've seen this as well in the trailer. There can be some urban combat, which, again, I don't think there was any of in the previous game in Verdun. It was really all... I think there might have been some forts, but you see there's a Russian village or a Polish village here that we're going to be fighting over. We can enter some of the buildings. You know, obviously it's somewhat fortified. I don't know if this is extra... I don't think this is anything to use. We just kind of charged forward. We can see them kind of on the off in the distance there. Got some movement. Movement. We've got movement. We've got a wood pile to hide behind. There goes our men charging forward. Yikes! Taking fire. Taking fire. I believe I've seen vehicles as well, if that's really true. Probably shouldn't, like, move slowly back that way. I'm kind of in the open. Those are all Russians, right? Got him. You too. Got you too. Probably just play till this life and then drop back out. For the mother Russia. Yeah, I'm a camper. I'm sure I'm doing what everybody hates. And firing from distance. Reload! Can we ever run out of our 90 plus rounds of ammunition? What Russian soldier ever had 90 rounds of ammunition in World War I or World War II? Oh my god, there's a lot of them. I'm gonna get overrun back here. Duck back out. Those are our guys. They're charging up the right. Whoa! Get back behind the woods. Ah! Got him! He's Russian, right? Sure hope he's Russian, because he just charged right by me. Pretty sure those guys on the right are Russian. Oh, shit. That guy was not Russian, but didn't know how to kill me quickly. He should have pulled out his trusty melee weapon like my little sword here. Alright. Nice. Got Josef Sinica. Man, this is actually a pretty damn good spot right now. Shit. God, you? Oh, shit. Reload. They're gonna outflank me, right? Like... Charge with the bayonet! Ha! I got him. It's also a fun time to play this kind of a game right now, frankly, because so many people don't know what they're doing. Including myself. This has got to be... This might be the longest kill streak I've ever had in any game ever. Got him! And him too. Man, this is... Ha! Melee! Brent. No, they got me. They got me after 19 kills. Oh, boy. Boy, oh. Makes me want to stick around, but I don't want to stick around for another 30 minutes right now. Not while recording. If I was streaming, that would have been cool, but... Anyway. Alright, everybody. Well, let's drop out here. Although I'm sure I'll get some kind of award. Probably, I would think. I don't know. I'm not winning the points, which I'm not quite sure how that works, but... Alright, well, that's kind of my first look, guys. Exciting first look, I think. Including a 19 kill streak, of Tannenberg, a new first-person shooter game currently in early access, the sequel to Verdun, a game that focuses heavily on rewarding you for squad play, and is a different kind of first-person shooter using authentic World War I weapons without sort of the overpowered and cinematic junk that is Battlefield. I enjoy Battlefield from time to time, but it certainly isn't a World War I experience. I wouldn't say this necessarily is either, but it certainly comes closer to the mark than a game like Battlefield does. Anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts below, and as always, I appreciate you tuning in. Until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out.